Hi, Barbara. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Leadership with a Twist podcast. We are your hosts. I'm your host, Heather McGonigal, here with my trusty sidekick and co host, as always, Barbara Schindler. And today we want to talk about mindset because mindset is everything. So let's dive right in, Barbara.
Yeah, Heather, I'd love to update you a little bit. Mindfulness is part of that mindset, right? Being clear and mindful with intention. So building on that, we've been coaching a lot lately on what's most needed for people today. And that part of that is being present with what is, right? So
Mhm.
you can't be anywhere but where you are. And
Yes.
that's a really important thing to keep remembering, like getting back to the place, well, where am I though? And then working with that, I just wanted to update you a little bit on what's been happening in the trends of my coaching around this. And one of them we talked about recently was sustaining the unsustainable,
Yes.
right? And it's impossible to sustain the unsustainable, but we certainly, many of us and many people in the business industries, the entrepreneurial businesses specifically, we're looking at, have been trying to sustain the unsustainable for a really long time. When you reach that point and say, this is not sustainable,
You're
right?
feeling the burnout happening. You're seeing the red flags and warning signs in your team and in yourself.
And yeah, you're basically seeing this isn't workable
Right.
for all those reasons. We're not really getting the
Yeah, and you're
results
getting
we
a little
need.
like danger, danger. Like somehow we're pulling this off and it's we pulled it
Yeah.
off yet again and but this we can't keep doing it this way and we know that.
Well, yes, and it's like it's not really working for the business based on everything I know about what the business needs to get where it
Mhm.
needs to go to stay healthy. And it's not really working for myself or the team in the
Mhm.
way we know is the best way to strive for the goals we're going for with the best thinking, all of that, as well as health and well-being to be our best performance, right? As well as
Mhm.
thriving in our lives. So sustaining the unsustainable, absolutely what you were talking about. You start noticing these these signs, right? Overwhelm comes first,
Yes.
and overwhelm doesn't stay either. Sustainable isn't a stagnant position. Overwhelm is not a stagnant position. There's a spiral that leads to burnout.
Yes.
It leads to breakdown.
And let me just define for our audience too. The way I think of overwhelm is overwhelm actually, when we're in overwhelm, we are feeling, sensing, and knowing like we are powerless here. We cannot do anything to have anything go any differently than it is. And that's the danger of overwhelm. We are now completely powerless.
Well, it's happening to me versus being able to lead in that position. So in that there's a three approaches to the
Okay.
unsustainable experience. Okay.
Yes.
So one, survive it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting through it. And the survive piece has this hook that you're going for, like it's gonna change. If I just
Like
get
the
this
belief that
project,
it's gonna change helps me
the
get through
hope.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the hope
there's a
of it.
hope.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hope for humans is helpful.
Yes.
It's a healthy thing actually to have some hope. Like, okay, this isn't forever,
I
but
can
then
I can survive it by not giving up hope. The hope that this too shall pass gets me through today.
yeah. But if things aren't really being addressed and we're sustaining the
Mm-hmm.
unsustainable and that project ends, but now three other things have piled up that draw the drain again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or so that place of survival is, has a lead. It tends to be like if I work a little harder, if I'm kinder in this, and if I cheer everybody on, we're going to make it through, and then we're going to get someplace that's different. And
Right.
right, you get to the same place over and over again, right? In that, so that's one. The other one that's very automatic for lots of people is the fix it. So there's the survive it or the fix it. And the fix it, similar spiral though. You're not going to get anywhere. We fix the surface, right? We're going to negotiate this change. We're going to get around this curve. We're going to do that. Automatically, we're fixing things without really getting underneath the hood, if you will, to see what's really going on, why this is happening, and what we can do that's really going to make a difference. So fixing it, we feel better,
Right.
feel powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Survival is what you were describing, Heather. It's happening to me, and that's it. The fix it part is a little bit more like the law of attraction level.
Yeah.
There's like happening to me, or oh wait, I can take that hope and work on that fix. I can make something happen, and we can attract and we can make things happen, but we're in a fix it mode.
And can I ask a question? It sounds like we might also have a default of fixing the surface level of the problem and not getting to the deeper solutions.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes, it's the band-aid effect. It's like we're fixing this, now we're fixing that, now we're fixing that. Don't we feel good about all the fixing we're doing?
Yes.
But,
And
but
that
then you wake
then
up each
can,
day and you're like, wait,
yes.
we're still in this unsustainable space, right? So
Yes, because
both
we've
of
been
those,
playing whack a mole, fixing all the things on the surface without getting to the core of our issues and solving the deeper problems challenging our organization.
right. And I do want to add, we talk a lot about um, that automatic self-protection, right? When our survival fear mode, even when we're feeling more empowered on the I can fix this versus I can get through this, I can survive this. I'm resilient enough. I'm resilient enough. Resilience is good, and clever ways to make a change, those are good things, but used in these particular ways, we're talking about sustaining the unsustainable with automatic pilot, right?
Mm-hmm.
These two, either surviving it or fixing it, tend to be the go-tos for many, many humans. I don't know if everybody,
Mm-hmm.
okay, but you need a certain level of living consciously and intentionally to overpower this, resilience. I can get through it. I've gotten through things before. I can fix this. Now I've made a difference. And then it's still the same, or the same thing surfaces again, or another layer of it surfaces again. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
The third area that I'm talking about today is leading the change.
Mm-hmm.
This is the empowered place, right? To be not in my unconscious surviving and it never changes anyway, my fixing, and then there's just more problem to surface and fix because we're not really, as you identify, we're not getting underneath the core, right? So leading change begins with me.
Mm-hmm.
I start with myself, and the three components I need is mindset. So not survival mindset, not fix it mindset, leading change mindset, meaning it starts with me. What can I do? What patterns can I change? What habits can I surface that aren't serving me anymore? What can I learn? What can I apply? What support can I get? Was there other experts out here? Somebody who has, something to help me through what I haven't experienced before. Asking for help sometimes is part of leading change, right? But mindset is one. Then
Mm-hmm.
having the intention that you apply that mindset to. Here's what I'm intending to do. Here's what I'm intending to achieve, and building some milestones to find your way. It's that 3-foot toss, 3-foot toss, 3-foot toss that intention practice can keep checking in on. And the third part of this, the 1, 2, and 3, is self-awareness. Know yourself. Know when you're on automatic pilot. Know when you're tired. I was I was talking to somebody in coaching the other day, and they were telling me about a time they were in their role, they were recruiting for some volunteers for an event. So all day long they're on the phone call, calling the people who've helped in the event before, right? So it's call after call after call, script after script after script, over and over again. And then they reached a point in that day where she said, I just had to stop. I was getting cranky.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew herself, oh, I'm feeling irritable. This is a sign I need to stop. I'm human, I have a limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that self-awareness, how do I work with myself before I try to work with other people, is an important piece, right? So self-awareness, knowing yourself more and more, reading that and navigating it. So I think those three parts for leading change brings us the key piece of moving out of sustaining the unsustainable.
The thing I hear as the theme that kind of lives through all of it is intention. Being very intentional as opposed to running on automatic in any of it. Because,
Right. But I want to pause. That's perfect. Yes. The intention is the driver. But one thing we need to be careful of, sorry, I think my internet's being a little funny today. Um, we just had a storm a few minutes ago. That I want to alert this. You're absolutely right. That's the driving force and our movement. But mindset is that under the hood piece that we want to be sure we're moving in that courageous, confident leadership that can actually lead change. We're not trying to please anybody. We're not trying to, keep ourselves safe. Like, oh yeah, this is the pattern I'm very familiar with. Be like, okay, it feels a little risky, but I'm going to share this new thought. Feels a little risky, but I'm going to change my pattern of how I approach my day. I'm going to give up coffee and drink tea. Whatever, I'm going to make a change, right? And see how that goes. Like, I'm going to take a little risk. You can take baby step risks, but I want to say the mindset goes with the intention. We can create intentions. We just need to be careful. They're not intending from surviving and fixing. And it's tricky. It's tricky.
yeah.
So getting clear on the mindset, growth, change, you know, are actually the more stable choices than the familiar how I've done it all along, or the familiar because everybody else seems pleased with me not ruffling feathers here.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this meeting keeps going the same way, you have your team meeting that never gets results. The meetings are happening outside of the meeting. We never follow up to see if things got done. But guess what? We show up for this meeting week after week and it's familiar. And then I come in and be like, hey, we're going to start with a new agenda. Hey, we're going to do this and that, right? So that takes courageous confidence to lead a change.
Mm-hmm.
Before you can do that with others, there is that place where we want to then bring it and integrate it with other people because we don't live on an island all by ourselves. Now, with those people, once we have the ability to be clear on our intention that's grounded with a mindset of growth and development, and obviously the self awareness to be able to perform that within ourselves and not be not true to ourselves. Like part of the self-awareness is staying more and more true to myself, and instead of taking my roundness and getting it into the square hole type of thing, right? I'm gonna fit into this. It's like there's a certain level we have to be true to ourselves always. 100% is always best. We can't always do that in reality. We're always in a process of a spectrum. But once we move to other people, once we're grounded in that leading change within ourselves and how we're behaving, then we can start building trust with others. We're starting to partner with others in that change. We're inviting them to unity by aligning with conscious goals, understanding, and we get more clarity. We can, again, they could be 3 foot goals, 6 foot goals that lead to the 18-month goal, right? But we can work that. So what we tend to do, especially in business, is go right to the others. When I don't have that within myself, it's really hard to develop with other people. So change does begin with yourself as a leader.
Yeah, and we want to encourage everyone along this way because we are aware that there are a lot of people in the current business climate and environment today in unsustainable, untenable situations where it calls for a leader to be brave and courageous and lead the change. Um, we can't stay in these unsustainable situations because burnout will happen, bigger impacts will happen. If we're just fixing on the surface, those bigger ruptures will come to the surface and happen and start to crash things even further. So I hope from what Barbara shared today, you took away a positive nugget and have some encouragement to shift your mindset to lead the change that is needed now, because that is the way out of the current situation that you may be feeling stuck in.
Absolutely. And truly, it is often helpful. I know, Heather, you and I are coaches, and we have these conversations and hold space for others to move into their leading change in their lives. And I just wanted to point out that, it is of service to yourself sometimes to reach out for help. And we do have an opportunity for people to reach out to us at no charge just to experience one of those supportive conversations where they can find within themselves that steps of what is the mindset intention and self-awareness that can bring one step forward in getting out of the unsustainable cycle. So we invite you to reach out for a conversation. It's in service to you. And it is part of making leading change is to get support.
Awesome. So, yep, there's always a link under our video. So, grab that link and you can get time on Barbara or my calendar to support you. We love to support entrepreneurial leaders and their team. So, let us help you. It's part of what we love to do. Until next time, we thank you for your time and attention and hope you had a great takeaway today. You can share with us in the comments if you did. And we look forward to seeing you back here for our next video. Thank you, Barbara, and talk to you all again soon. Bye.
Bye.